Welcome back to Transaction Care, the number one real estate show on the market. I am your host, Lillian Hernandez, your resident care coordinator. Let's get started. I'm noticing an influx of people wanting to be a transaction coordinator, asking a lot of questions. I get a lot of DMs, emails of people with experience or their realtors that want to convert into being a transaction coordinator, um, or simply just creating a lifestyle for themselves to be able to work from home, which I applaud. Congratulations for just wanting to take those leaps, to take those steps, to try something new, to put yourself out there. I respect it. I know what it's like. It's not easy, and especially with this world and this country we live in, it can be very difficult to feel confident in those choices. So that is why I am making this video on before you quit your job, consider the following. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my backstory if you're familiar with it or not. I have been working in the real estate industry since 2004. It started off as a part-time job, turned full-time, turned I got laid off during the recession, turned oh, we're looking for someone to hire. Do you want to come back? Yes, this was all with one company, and it spanned for a solid, I would say, 14 years until I got the gumption to quit and start my own business. But I'll get into those details later on. So, for those wanting to work in the real estate industry because it may look easy, or it's a job to be able to work from home or to own your time, yes, it is definitely all of those things. It doesn't require a degree, doesn't require a college education. Correct. Yes, all of those things. So, what does it require? It requires a lot of time, sleepless nights, effort, determination, focus, a willingness to learn, to be humble, and to start from the bottom and work your way up. A lot of humility, just to name a few things. And the reason I mention all of this is because I'm looking at all of this from a business standpoint. I'm talking to those that want to make this their career, make this their business, make this their mainstream of income. I see you, I hear you, and I want to help you. So, if you have a 9 to 5 right now or a part time job, that whatever is paying your bills at this very moment, I don't suggest or recommend quitting on the spot to do or to take on a role within real estate, because honestly, you're probably not going to make a lot of money your first 3 to 6 months. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to put it out there. Unless you have an amazing referral list of referrals that are coming in, that or you know that there's business coming in immediately, then that's different. But if you're ultimately starting from the very, very bottom, from zero, what I did in my experience before I quit my job was I made sure I had reserves in my account. So even before I quit my job, I knew in my gut and my instincts, they were telling me, like, the day is coming close. I don't know when this day is or how it's going to happen or how I'm going to build the courage to quit my job. But I knew it was coming. Even just the way I changed my whole lifestyle. I was listening to podcasts and reading books in the morning instead of playing music or doing other things that I normally would do in the mornings. I was very focused on what I was feeding my brain, on how I was educating myself, and the questions I had. I was seeking all of the answers, and everything was starting to shift once I made those decisions. So, and that process for me started, I would say, 2 years before I even quit my job. And because the type of person I am, I can be very extreme. It's either 0 or 100. There's no real like two. Most people is like 0 to 100, meaning like I'll gradually get to 100. No, for me, I am very much, I'm either doing this or I'm doing that. Nothing in between. And I'm working on that. I'm working on being more patient. I'm working on being more understanding and trusting the process. And this is why I've hired and spent lots of money on using a business coach too at that. So what I'm getting at is basically, if you're quitting your job to go into another career, I would at least invest a little bit more time in on the back end of things. Like, what is your overhead going to look like? You're going to have to create a new budget, because the way you were spending before is not going to be the same as it will in the future. What type of insurance are you going to need? Are you quitting your job to be an entrepreneur? Well, knowing being an entrepreneur, you must know that you are in charge of everything. Paying for your own medical insurance, your own retirement, taxes. Let's not even go there with taxes. When you're working with an employee, they do all of that back end stuff for you, and they pay for your insurance. They take the taxes out and give you the check already. That money that you get is yours. You don't have to take out 30% or however much percent and put it into a different account. Like, that money is yours. So when you transition into being a realtor or a transaction coordinator or a notary, whatever independent business you're planning on pursuing within real estate, as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, you must keep in mind that you are in charge of managing your money now. So not only have you become your own boss, but you've also, in a way, become your own accountant, your own human resources, all of it. It's all on you now. And that takes work mentally. Yeah, it's one thing to like, all right, well, I'll just open a bank account and transfer. That's great and all that. But you also have to reevaluate your relationship with money, and your relationship with budgeting, and your relationship with spending, and your relationship with making $0. How will you feel if you made $0 the first month of business, the first 6 months of your business, the first year? Will you even let it get that far? Do you want it to get that far? Why are you making $0? What is where are you going wrong or going right? There's a lot of constant reevaluation, reassessing, auditing of your life when you're entering into entrepreneurship. And it's a big responsibility on your part to be able to manage all of that. And the reason I say take your time before you quit your job to enter into entrepreneurship is because you're going to be a completely different person. And if you're someone working a 9-to-5 that's complacent or just simply comfortable with where they're at, but you've never taken the time to learn yourself, to ask yourself questions, to feel your feelings, and to just reassess yourself, it's going to be a jarring moment of realization when you enter entrepreneurship. This may not be for everyone. Entrepreneurship is not something that everyone is built for. Like I said, 2 years before I even quit my job, I was mentally preparing myself, educating myself, building my confidence, and listening to stories from other people's perspectives on, how they quit their job, why they quit their job, what they did. And I didn't take everything they said as Bible, or as like, I just took pieces from everyone's story and found ways to apply it to my life. And then I also I had to learn how to listen to myself and my instincts and my gut, and what I know God had in store for me, and to really trust that process, and in order to take these leaps. And when it came to it, I was still learning along the way. I'm 4 years into entrepreneurship, but I will say, had I not prepared myself in those couple of years, and you may not need 2 years, you may only need 3 months. For me, I like to take my time, move. I like to move at a slower pace when I do choose to, when I know I have a big decision coming up, because I know once I make my mind up, it's going to happen. Like I said, 0 or 100. So within that process of getting to quitting my job, like I said, I was doing all of the work before I knew exactly when or how I was going to quit my job. As you would have it, God and the universe forced me out of my job. I wasn't fired. I wasn't laid off. There was some personal family matters that needed to be taken care of, and I needed to be home. And I requested to work from home once a week. Even that was up for negotiation. I wanted to change the way I was being paid. I had all of these ideas that they asked me to propose to them. And unfortunately, everything except for a tiny little raise was honored. And it just wasn't what I asked for. I didn't ask for a raise. I asked to work from home because I needed to be home with family, to take care of them, to be present, to just help around the house. And while simultaneously still working my job. And I was told that you need to be here because we need to fill the seats. Now, can you imagine if you put your blood, sweat and tears and time into a company, thinking that the loyalty is mutual, that is, it is respected, when at the end of the day, when it comes down to the dollar and the optics of that company, all you are is a seat filler. So now my loyalty is in question. My respect for this company is now in question. My choice to remain here is in question. And I look back at all of the years where I was complacent, I was scared, I was afraid of the world, I was afraid that I wasn't skilled enough to make it and to have another job. I wasn't even encouraged at the company. Like, looking back, every position that I was promoted into, I had to put myself in those positions. They didn't offer me any office manager position. They didn't offer me any transaction coordinator roles. Like, I volunteered and I stepped into those roles based on my own confidence and some help from previous coworkers that also believed in me and vouched for me. So when it all comes down to it, you really have to understand that it's more than just quitting your job. Yes, am I a proponent of quitting your job where you are not happy and where they are mistreating you? Yes. Do what you got to do to make those moves and make it happen quick. But on the flip side of that, if you are looking to be a little bit more prepared, I do suggest you taking some time out, and not just a day, not just a couple of days. Like, really take at least a month to mentally, spiritually, physically prepare for all that you are about to endure in your new life, because it will be worth it. I'll tell you that much. It will absolutely be worth it if you do the work, if you put in the hours, if you put in the time. There's a meme going around, like, I quit my 9 to 5 to work from 9 to 3 a.m. now. Like, something like that. I kind of messed it up. But basically, yeah, I do work a lot more. Even when I'm not working, I'm constantly thinking of ways to improve, or constantly thinking of ways like, all right, how am I going to get this bag? Or how am I going to learn this? Or how can I, create another stream of income? Or, oh my God, I'm not making any money this month. What am I going to do? And keep in mind, like, no job, whether you're in business for yourself or someone else, no job is safe. We're all a hop, skip, and a jump from flipping burgers at Burger King tomorrow. So keep in mind, if you're going to do it for you. Go in all the way and you will do wonderful. Don't give up. Let the journey guide you, but also put in the work. praying and manifesting is a part of it, but the action you take towards making progress is what's going to catapult you into realms that you couldn't even imagine. And I'm telling you that from experience. Quitting my job was the best thing I could have ever done for myself, for my mental health, for my well-being. I have no regrets. Zero regrets. Am I still learning? Absolutely. Like I said, I'm 4 years into having quit my job, and I'm still learning every day where I can improve, where I can be better, where I can stop doing certain things, where I can break habits. And that's all because I put in the time and the effort, hiring business coaches, taking courses, educating myself, reading books, changing my habits, whether it's eating, physical, what I'm feeding my brain, all of that, my relationships, people in my life, just all of that plays into who you choose and will be in your life, and where you want to go in terms of your business, in terms of your career. But once it clicks, you're not going to want to stop. So that is why I say take your time in this journey, because I believe in you and I know you are capable of doing it, but I want you to go in with the right mind. This up here, fix whatever is in your way, whatever's blocking you, whether it's just coming up with ways to manage it or coming up with ways to heal it. So it'll be like, get out my way, move. I'm on a journey. But also finding some sort of balance. That's another word I use sparingly, but finding a way to incorporate things that bring you joy into your life, and making sure everything and everyone in your life, in your circle, is getting the attention that it needs is important. And whatever choice you make, whatever journey you choose to go on, I respect it. I love it. I'm here for you. And whatever support I can offer, whether it's through this channel, send me a comment below. Let me know how your journey is going, what your goals are. If you have goals, you don't have to have goals. You can just have a feeling that guides you, and it blossoms into this wonderful, amazing life that you've built, right? There's no one path or one way to do things. It's your life. You can have some goals, and then you can have some that are just, you plant the seed and then you see where it takes you. It's your life, and it's my life. I'm here. We're in this together. And with all of that said, thank you if you made it to the end of this video. I truly, truly appreciate it, because I know our time is valuable, but your time is worth it. So your time is worth it. Let's connect. My name is Lillian Hernandez. If you want to know more, hit that subscribe, hit that follow button, comment, like, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And until the next episode, I'm out. Peace.